Okay, welcome back to Altitude After Darks. Like, we need a name. Like, we had some suggestions, but I literally forgot all of them. So it's DMac and your buddy Coach Sanford. What's up, Coacher?
This is the Altitude Drown Out Your Sorrows with DMac and Coach Sanford. Do you like that one?
Well, I'm right there. Hey, yeah, rocking the cocktail.
That was DMac. That was bad. That was an atrocity.
All right. We're brought to you by Journey Spice, and we love Journey Spice. It's right above your head, right on top of you there. And Journey Spice, other side, like other hand. Use your other hand.
Well,
hey, dummy, just use your other hand.
On my screen, it's working great. I don't know.
No, just all right. Never mind. Journey Spice, flavor in, plastic out. It's resealable, reusable. It goes great with wine. Andon and Rosa, they're hurting too. I love these guys. More on Journey Spice in just a little bit, but without Journey Spice, we wouldn't even be doing this damn show. You can save 10% using the code Get Spicy at Amazon.com. In fact, I got to put that on here. All right, Coacher, I have the big play of the game. But you want me to play it first and we can talk about it, or
yeah, it's fine. I mean,
you want to play it?
All I can tell you is anybody who thinks that this is the case, and Thomas, I love you, glad you're here, but this is the right call, and it always has been the right call.
Do you even know? Listen, I talked to Kliss afterwards. Do you even know who was on?
Yeah, it was on DeAndre Tillman because he used his So it was initially on Wazirike. It was essentially the equivalent of a high-low penalty where there's a low blocker and then somebody comes high. What happened was, if it's just a Wazirike and nobody uses the assault on a short snapper to propel themselves towards the block point, then it's not going to be a penalty on a Wazirike. It was the fact that it was the combination of a Wazirike physically making not just contact, but violent contact on a short snapper who is said to be, that's fine. You can roll your eyes, but you know what? Rules are rules, and Darren Rizzi should be held responsible for that. So,
my boy Kliss told me it was on the right guard, not the center. He said it was getting leverage on the right guard to prop himself up.
Yeah. In either event,
there's a difference. All right, let me just play it here. All right, and we can talk about it here. We can just play it. Slow motion. Don't forget, it's on the right guard. Come on, Coach. Give me a break. It's on the right guard. Right there. See how he's jumping over him there? He's like laying on top of him.
Yeah, so you're not allowed to push off on the back in order to propel yourself up. That's the correct call.
Are you kidding me, brother? Come on, Coach.
Got another rule.
You really don't think this is the right call, do you?
It is the right call. And in fact, I've actually spoken to several people that were in the locker room in Indianapolis for the Broncos post-game availability, and nobody's arguing with the fact that it was the correct call. So,
Mike, there's the letter of the law, and then there's the spirit of the game. This was the right call, maybe by the letter of the law. But how in the world could you call this the right call in the spirit of the game?
Why are you even doing that in that situation, DMac? It's a 60-yard field goal. Historically, that's a 21% play. Why would you even allow for that to happen if you're Darren Rizzi in the special teams unit? Why would you even put it in the decision maker's hands? Just stay low and drive vertically into the kick point by playing over the top of the kick point and propelling your hands over the top, as DeAndre Tillman's doing. DeAndre Tillman, I don't know who's at fault here, but DeAndre Tillman came out after his post-game presser and media availability and said, I was just doing what I was coached to do.
All right, I got him, Coach.
So who's that on? Is that on DeAndre Tillman or is that on Darren frickin' Rizzi? Because pretty sure that we were told DMac all offseason, and we were told last year, when Mike Westhoff and Ben Kotwika were fired because they lost the game.
All right.
They lost the game.
Right. Go ahead.
Okay, we were told that Darren Rizzi was this amazing special teams coordinator. How's it look through 2 weeks? How did it look against the Tennessee Titans? How did it look when you gave up a 71-yard return that led to points right before halftime? How did that look?
I feel like that's a rhetorical question.
Darren Rizzi's he's been an abject failure as a special teams coordinator, and that's wild over the course of 2 weeks.
All right, you want me to play? I have Tillman. You want to hear some Tillman?
Play. Let me know what you think.
Honestly, coach just called a play, and we got a flag on it. I got to go back and watch the film and just see how I can learn from it. I'm trying to do everything I can to help this team out. So I just got to be better.
Nick just said, of course, you weren't trying to have a penalty or anything. Did you know that rule, or were you just playing free and playing kind of with going for the ball?
Yeah, I was aware of it. I was just going for the ball, trying to make a play. But just got to again just look at the film and just see what I could do better from it, just learn from it.
Have you seen it? Have you seen it at all on replay?
Not yet. No.
Did you know, because they announced Wazirike had it, but when did you find out it was kind of on you, the penalty?
After the game, on the field, I didn't really know who it was called on, but just got to go back and look at it.
What have your teammates said to you? Have they come up? Because when we've talked to them, they've all been, don't point fingers. This is a team game. What have they said to you?
Absolutely. It's a team game. We ride together, we die together. But again, I'm just gonna go back and just look at the film, honestly.
On the play.
Last question, please.
As it was called, what's your responsibility or your role, like, in that scenario?
Just try to make a play. That's really what it is at the end of the day, So.
Did you feel like it was a penalty? Did you feel like you did anything different than you normally do?
To be honest, it's not up to me. I'm not a ref. So.
All right. Well, I don't know. That was his media availability. That's what he said.
Yeah, and then he said that was basically executed what I was called to do. Coach just called the play, and we executed what we were asked to do.
All right. So all right, let's coach me up and everybody up. I think most of us would just think there's only one play on a kick block, like it's block the kick. So you're telling me there's different play calls on kick block. There's different things that you're supposed to do.
There's a middle block, there's a right block, there's a left block. There's sometimes I've been a part of the special teams units that had up to 5 variations of strategic blocks. Now, what exactly was communicated in the training camp meeting room with regards to a middle block, I don't know. But all I know is that as a coach, guess what you're held accountable for what happens on the field in your units that you're responsible for. And if you want to ask somebody what that looks like, I can tell you, because I've been fired for the play of players on my field in the college football game. And it's a real thing. What I don't like about this is that Sean Payton scapegoated Mike Westhoff and Ben Kotwika a year ago for the Kansas City Chiefs blocked field goal. And yet here we are again, same type of narrative. And it's now Darren Rizzi, who was brought in, who knows how, right? He was the interim head coach for the New Orleans Saints at this point in time not last year, but when he was ultimately hired, he was the interim head coach. And those conversations, believe it or not, start happening sometimes even before you fired Kotwika and Mike Westhoff. I've also been a part of that. I've been replaced by somebody that I know for a fact was talking to the head coach I worked for before I was actually terminated. And to think that didn't happen with the Saints Mafia, come on, man, get out of here with that. Ben, so far, it's been a bad. I can't even fathom how bad of a start it's been for a special teams coordinator in the National Football League. And I would even go back to when it was during training camp and during the preseason games when 6th round draft pick Crawshaw, who's actually been pretty awesome, by the way.
Fine, no problem with him.
The least of your problems, but
right.
When we were hearing we were hearing our guy talk about it's just a golf shot. We all have shanks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
yeah. So, all right. Here's Sean Payton's mood after the game.
It'll be painful to watch that film, and yep, we'll get the corrections made. So. Starts with me, our staff, but we had a number of opportunities to not be in that position late, and unfortunately, we We shot ourselves in the foot too many times. Questions?
Yeah. All right. Should we go through all the mistakes, Coach?
Oh
You
man.
want to go through the bad stuff or the good stuff? Because there's plenty of good stuff to talk about.
Yeah, there is. I mean, the bad stuff is the stuff that we haven't talked about yet, and that's that Vance Joseph and this defense was abysmal. Daniel Dimes, Danny Jones, the guy that over the course of this offseason, I've been talking. If you want to go to Receipt Street, I can go there with you, DMac, and tell you that I predicted that Shane Steichen with a competent quarterback, I'm not even saying an elite quarterback, a competent quarterback that's not named Anthony Richardson would be a much better Colts offense. This is a talented offense. Tyler Warren is extremely talented. Quentin Nelson in the offensive line unit, very talented. I think you have a really talented wide receiver group that we learned a little bit more about. Adonai Mitchell, who I really liked coming out of the draft a year ago in 2024. He's a talented player. Josh Downs, highly talented player.
Yeah.
Pierce is a talented player.
Yeah,
this is a good team. Daniel Dimes, he shredded this defense, and you know what? You said it already on the Altitude TV Mile High post game show.
Yeah.
He wasn't afraid to go after Pat Surtain II, and he did, and he had success. He wasn't afraid to go after Riley Moss, and he had success, and he went after him. He wasn't afraid to go after Talanoa Hufanga. He had success, and he went after him. You know what? The Broncos' biggest problem was? They gave up 478 yards total offense, and they didn't turn over a Daniel Dimes-led team once. Not once.
Well, all right, so we're not counting the fourth down stops at midfield as turnovers?
Yeah, I mean, there was some bend but don't break, but at the end of the day, man.
I mean, it's fourth down. They went for it twice on fourth down at midfield and didn't get it.
Yeah, I mean,
Broncos turned
you're
one
right.
of them into a touchdown. Broncos turned one of them into a touchdown, and the second one was going to be at least a field goal, and that's where Bo threw the terrible interception. I know he had a hand in his face, but Bo's got a – I think Bo had actually a really good game today.
Okay, cool. All right, I agree, right? Bo he had a great first half. How many points did Bo Nix lead the Broncos to in the second half?
8 or 7.
7 points. Okay, 7 points, right? So you scored 21, 3 first half touchdowns, on track for 6 touchdowns. Yeah. And how many total? So you ended up having 0 touchdown passes in the second half and an interception that proved to be costly, and it took points off the board, DMac.
Yeah.
Okay, and
all right.
I hate to go back and look back at, Wednesday, Thursday. I brought up this discussion on the morning sprint on 92.5. I asked Alex Ryan, Emmy, and KJ Granderson. Fast forward to Sunday night. Here we are, right? 8:42 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I asked them to predict who would be the better quarterback right now. Daniel Dimes, Danny Jones, or Bo Nix. Tell me who it was, D-Mac. Who's better? Daniel Jones or Bo Nix? Who's better?
Well, I would make the argument. Well, Daniel Jones was better today, but I would make the argument they were both good.
They were both.
I agree. You cannot erase that on 3 of 4 drives in the first half. Bo Nix had 3 touchdown passes. I mean, that half counted 2, and they had 2 3-and-outs. But it was 3 touchdown passes. It was looking great. I mean, a couple of those drives, the first drive of the game was unbelievable. And Sean said
it was as good as it gets, man. It was so good. Run game, good mixture. Marvin Mims involved in a down shot play. Patty Bryant, the slant machine, man. I love Pat Bryant in this game. I want to see more Pat Bryant. I want to see more Marvin Mims. But you know who was on a milk carton? 2 players. Where was Cortland Sutton?
4 targets, 1 catch, 6 yards.
Where was Evan Ingram?
Evan Ingram, 1 catch for my fantasy team and my wife, and it was pathetic. 2 targets, 1 catch, 12 yards.
Where's Evan Ingram been as a Denver Bronco in 8 quarters?
What's funny? I followed up on this today, too, of little birdies behind the scenes. You got birdies, I got birdies. You got people in the locker room, I got people in the locker room.
Yeah, mine are cooler.
No, Evan Ingram was not hurt. He had a bruised calf that was better in 2 days. So he was, from what I was told, this wasn't some sort of lingering injury. This wasn't about him sucking it up and being tough. It was nothing like that.
I'm not ready to give up on Evan Ingram. Are you?
Oh, no, of course not. I'm not. No way. But that being said, he ain't Tyler Warren. And I'm not upset that we have Jahdae Barron, okay, but my God, when we endlessly talked about what Tyler Warren could do for this team, and I don't know where you were in the draft, I was big. We want to go Receipt Street. I was like, oh my God,
Yeah,
Tyler
I
Warren.
was
Like,
I was
this
in the
is
camp
it.
that I was in the camp that you should move mountains to get Ashton Genty or Tyler Warren because they can dramatically alter the complexion of your offensive unit.
Well, Genty was always going to be really hard if he was going to go in the top 10.
Yeah, that
And
was
he did.
that was a legitimate moving of the mountains.
But when Colston Loveland went to the Bears before Tyler Warren, I was like, oh my God, let's go, right? We got to get this guy. And dude, he went 14 in the draft.
You were
14.
you were 6 picks away from being able to get him.
That's not moving mountains to move up. Well, you'd have to move up to like 13, right? I mean, obviously the Colts were interested in him.
Yeah.
But listen, this was not a surprise either. Because if you had watched Indy Miami, it was just like, whoa, like Steichen and Jones have it rolling. Taylor, we know about Taylor. 3rd, 4th, 5th, I don't know. I mean, you go Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry. You could put Jonathan Taylor 3rd.
He's
You could.
there.
You
He's
could put
right
him ahead
there.
of Bijan Robinson if you want. You
Although
know,
Bijan looks pretty good. I'm not
yeah,
sure.
well, okay, so he's 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, or 5. I don't know.
Right there.
Whatever you
Right
want to do. Right there. You want to put him with Christian? I'd put him right there. He's right there. And he can do everything. And we knew they were going to line Tyler Warren up everywhere, and they did. The dude is sick. The dude can catch. He can run. He can block. He can play as a fullback. He can play in the slot. He can play out wide. That guy, 6'6", 2, whatever he is, fluid as all get out, a real weapon. And we got Evan Engram. And it's just like, oh, my God. And listen, it was weird when Surtain went out, right? Were you having those weird thoughts like, whoa,
Yeah.
what's life going to be like without Surtain?
Yeah, 2 of the injuries that probably can't happen to this defense happened, at least for a minute, was Zach Allen, who I think is probably one of the most important players on this entire football team because he does so many different things. And then the injury to Pat Surtain II, all of a sudden you have to reevaluate and you're saying, okay, well, now I understand, why you went out and got Jahdae Barron, who by the way, I thought he was good today. And I want to see more of Jahdae Barron because I think he was impactful. I think Vance Joseph needs to lean into the skill set of Jahdae Barron even more so. And the bottom line is you gotta go back to the drawing board if you're the defense coordinator in Vance Joseph for this unit that sacrificed nearly 500 yards to an offense that probably power ranking. Would you say that the preseason power ranking of the Indianapolis Colts offense would have probably been bottom 5, bottom 7?
At least nobody had any. We didn't even know if Daniel Jones was going to start, bro.
It was AR5, and they were in a battle,
right?
But
Which
can you
seems
see
now, right?
Can you see now why back to Receipt Street? Why I was mortified that Daniel Jones was going to win this job outright because Anthony Richardson will make the mistakes that ultimately lead to you being able to pull away and win a football game. Mm-hmm. Daniel Jones didn't. He didn't make one. His most egregious mistake in a day that averaged nearly 10 yards per completion, which was much larger than Bo Nix. I believe it was 5.4 yards per completion. He had zero turnovers, and he was sacked once for 10 yards. That was Daniel Jones' biggest flaw of the day. He was fantastic. He outplayed Bo Nix. Danny Dimes outplayed his QB country quarterback training buddy, Bo Nix, in this contest.
Okay. All right, fine. But like Bo Nix did not have a bad game. He had a bad play. He did have a bad play.
I'd say he had a great first half. Fantastic. Well,
it was 22 of 30 for 206, 6.9 per.
Okay,
3 tutties. Yep. 3 tutties with the terrible pick. QBR out of 172.6. Quarterback rating out of 143, whatever that is, 111.2. Danny Dimes, 78.3 QBR, so very close to Nick, slightly ahead of him. 107 quarterback rating, actually slightly below.
Yeah, Nix played him QB rating wise. Yep.
All right, I'm just going through some of the numbers, bro.
Bo Nix did. I saw the QB rating already. He outplayed Danny Dimes on the QB rating.
3 carries for 20 yards for Bo, and none of them planned, just scrambling around, getting a first down. Jones, 6 carries for 2 yards, and he did take the only sack of the game. Bo's really good at avoiding that sort of thing. That's true. And Strnad got that blitz. It's just a really good call on that one. And, it felt impactful at the time. Okay. Listen, I got another one too, bro. Lutz hits that field goal. They win if they hit that field goal too. I mean, before the interception. Here's our guy Lutz.
Look, the team deserved to win this game. So my number's called on 4th down. The ball didn't go in. So got to be better.
Is growing that porn stash too.
Yeah, it's time to trim that. That one didn't work.
What's he doing there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not the one, especially when you miss a kick, and you got to hit the reset button and just shave it up and
all right.
on to greener pastures for sure.
Let me give you this Bo, because Bo's usually pretty cliche and boring, and it's not all just one play and blah 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 blah. But check this out. This is the last thing he said at his presser today.
But it's tough. I mean, you could take away, you could talk about my interception. You could talk about a field goal. You could talk about a missed opportunity on one of the drives. We went 3 and out. It could have gone and got points. I mean, it's a whole game that comes down to a few key moments, and unfortunately, we had some negative key moments tonight. But I mean, we gave ourselves every chance to win the game, and then at the end, we just shot ourselves in the foot. And good teams bounce back from that, and great teams don't do that. They don't beat themselves. So we're growing and developing. We're still molding as a team. We got a long season ahead of us, and we can't let this loss turn into.
That's it, dude. Good teams bounce back from it, which I think they will. Great teams don't do this in the first place.
Yeah, I think they'll bounce back in terms of getting back to work. I think they'll bounce back in terms of the character of this team, which I really do like, but. DMac, we had a lot of narratives around this team that the biggest challenge and the biggest problem you had maybe 10 days ago was the matter of your punter isn't very good. Well, you got some bigger problems now. You're 2 games into the season, and you played arguably the softest part of your schedule preseason wise. And guess what lies ahead for this team? I mean, it doesn't get any easier. This is, the schedule as it sorts out. You're at the Chargers on Sunday.
Yeah,
you got the Bengals, and we found out this is a home game against a team that is most likely about 99% without Joe Burrow.
Correct.
Who's probably going to have a surgery for his turf toe. Joe Burrow just can't stay healthy, by the way. But then you go to the Eagles, and then you play a London game. I mean, you want to talk about an incredibly important 4-game stretch. I don't know if it's just about responding in terms of the mindset. I think it's about you got to play good. You got to play good football, and you haven't played. You have not played good 3-phase football, offense, defense, special teams at all in 2 games against 2 teams that you should have won. Should have beaten.
All right, let's get to the defense in particular after this from Journey Spice.
There's a world of flavor out there, and to find it, you have to take the journey. Journey Spice Company handcrafts the most premium spice and seasoning blends that have no sugar, no salt, are certified USDA organic, non-GMO, vegan-friendly, and always planet-friendly. You are going to love serving amazingly delicious creations while knowing you helped reduce single-use plastics. Make sure to search for Journey Spice Company on Amazon today.
Me up there, Coach. Why was the defense so bad?
Well, it's because of this. I think that the defense. I didn't think there was enough presentation of pressure with a multitude of pressure packages that were employed. And here's why. I think that anytime that Vance Joseph feels that the quarterback he's facing has a level of mobility and can beat you with his legs, I think that he scales back the pressure. So that's the first thing.
Okay.
Apply pressure. Create 5-6 man hits. Bring Jahdae Barron as a nickel. I want to see more of that. I want to see Jahdae Barron as a known blitzer in how you evaluated him. You can bring him in the blitz packages. Talanoa Hufanga, fantastic blitzer. He's done it throughout the course of his career. Did it last week against the Tennessee Titans. Bring him. All right. And dare a guy like Daniel Jones to beat you down the field. Okay. I think, did I lose you there, DMac?
Gotcha. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
And then the other piece is this. Vance Joseph loves to play cover one. All right. I love as a head coach, high school head coach, so make fun of me. Say I'm a high school head coach, whatever. I don't care. All right. I love to bring an extra defender in the box to stop the run game.
Mhm.
All right. Now, the downside of cover one is that teams can have a good plan for cover one. And what I don't think that Vance Joseph and this defense has shown over the course of 3 years is when they aren't comfortable with their base package of playing a mix of pressure and single high coverages and cover one, their zone is just not great. They don't run really effective zone coverage looks. And so you remember the Baltimore Ravens game a year ago?
Of course.
Vance Joseph was terrified of Lamar Jackson's feet and his ability to beat him. And so he played all zone coverage. How did that end up in terms of passing the football for Lamar? Perfect QBR. Literally the perfect NFL quarterback rating.
Right.
And that's what I don't know that if Vance Joseph right now and this defense doesn't have their fastball, I don't know if they have a changeup or a slide piece or a sinker ball or it's softball, rise ball, whatever it might be. They don't have that second pitch, and it terrifies me. And today was proof of concept of that.
Can it get better?
Yeah, it can.
What's the easiest way to get better?
I would say lean into who you are and what makes you special, and that's creating chaos. What you did to Cam Ward. You saw Cam Ward as a rookie. You saw him as a guy that won't be able to make real-time adjustments, so bring more pressure. And I think there was a little too much respect today for Daniel Jones. And whenever Vance Joseph respects a quarterback, this team doesn't play well. He respected Josh Allen. It didn't go well. Yeah. He respected Lamar Jackson. It didn't go well. Frankly, as awful as it sounds, somehow, some way, he respected who has been a joke in the National Football League for the last 3 seasons in Daniel Jones. And it didn't go well whatsoever. In fact, Daniel Jones had a terrific outing because you didn't roll the dice and say, you know what, we're gonna kitchen sink this guy and pressure him back to the Stone Age.
I'm impressed with Daniel Jones. By the way, Spencer Schrader, you give him a gold star, bro, because while yes, okay, Daniel Jones did have a great game. It's not like they were finishing drives; they weren't. Yeah. But their kicker and boy,
the stat was 2 of 6 in the red zone for the Indianapolis Colts offensively.
It was definitely 2. I can look it up. I know it was 2 of 5 for sure. And let me look it up here. Yeah, 2 of 6.
That's insane. That's a crazy statistic.
Broncos were 3 of 3.
Yep.
By the way, the Colts had 7 penalties in the first half, only 4 in the second half, and the Broncos just crushed themselves. Some really stupid stuff too. Like J.K. Dobbins, great run, and now you're going to spike the ball, -15 right there.
Yeah,
wow.
It's hidden yards, man. It's the hidden yards.
What are we doing there? And they just played sloppy, and of course the penalty at the end of the game.
What do you make right now of your running back tandem, right? From what you've seen,
it's okay. I would say it's okay.
You're not a J.K. Dobbins believer at this point.
I think I don't know, man. When guys bounce around a little bit, why isn't he a Charger, brother? Like why isn't he with them anymore? Why'd they move on to Hampton, right? Like what's going on there? 14 carries, 76 yards, 5.4 with a touchdown. I mean, hey, that's great.
It's great numbers. 2 weeks in a row where his average yards per carry was where you want it to be as an NFL running back.
Had a catch for 9 yards. Okay, cool. RJ only 5 carries for 8 yards.
I know, it's a weird deal.
But hey, it's not like they shied away from the run though, bro. I mean, they were leaning into that bad boy.
Early.
Okay, but they only had 54 plays, period.
Yeah, the second half. You know why? Because the second half, you got off the field. You went 3 and out. You didn't have.
They only went 3 and out twice. But they did go like 4 and out. They went like 5 and out. It wasn't anything sustainable.
Yeah, the second half was it left a lot to be desired in terms of the adjustments offensively because the first half, play calling wise, the feel of the first half that's as good as it gets. It really is. You're on the road playing against the team. Now, let's be fair. The Indianapolis Colts were without multiple defensive backs and their best edge rusher in Laiatu Latu.
Right.
That does play a considerable role. And the Denver Broncos still without Malcolm Roach, and then most importantly, without Dre Greenlaw, which right now that doesn't look like a good signing because the best ability as a National Football League player is availability. And Dre Greenlaw has had a major problem over the course of 3 years with availability.
Yeah. I'll tell you who was a monster, though. I'm just going to get back to him, and we can talk about the Broncos on the defensive side. Jonathan Taylor, brother. 25 carries for $165, 6.6 per with a long of 68. That was a backbreaker when he broke that one out. And it wasn't just running the ball. He only had 2 catches, but they were for 50 yards with a 43-yarder. You know what I'm saying? Like highly impactful. And
nobody cares about your fantasy team, right, DMac? Jonathan Taylor was on my fantasy team today.
Oh, well, you must be doing all right.
Yeah,
brother, I had Evan Engram. How do you think I'm doing?
I'm not good. Not good at all.
But okay, all right. So when a running back has that type of day, what's going on there defensively? Again, X's and O's there. So when he's going off like that, why?
He's owned the Broncos, man. Last year he owned them too.
I think they would have lost the game had he just held on to the football and watched the end zone.
Yeah, and that was with an abysmal Anthony Richardson performance, at least in the second half. Yeah, I don't know, man. Broncos have a Colts problem, it feels like. I don't know what it is.
I tell you, a team with a quarterback that can stay balanced, run for a first down if he needs to, and is calm in the pocket, you put him with a great running back and a matchup nightmare at tight end and a supporting cast of other receivers like Downs and Alex Pierce.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I think the Colts are going to run away with the AFC South.
I'll tell you this, the Houston Texans do not look like a good football team right now. They do not look like a good football team.
Did they play today? I didn't even catch
they lost. I thought they already lost this week, right? Didn't they play?
Where are you? Where are you, Texans? I'm looking for you. Texans. No, I don't think they had to play someplace.
They might be on the Monday doubleheader.
Are they? Hold on. Yeah, they are. They're hosting the Bucks on Monday night. I bet the Bucks kill them.
The Texans lost the opener to the Rams, correct? It was the peanut punch that.
Yeah.
And they didn't look good at all in that game. That was
I think the Colts
they scored 9 points. Texans scored 9 freaking points.
14-9. They lost to the Rams.
CJ Stroud was 188 total yards and 1 interception, sacked 3 times for nearly 40. He had a QBR of 50. The Texans are not a good football team right now.
By the way,
the Jaguars are not a good football team.
The Jaguars are a weird team, man.
Yeah, they're not.
They are a super weird team, and they do not know what to do with their Heisman Trophy winner right now. He's on
my fantasy team. You want to talk about an abysmal 2 weeks?
Well, he doesn't know what he's doing.
I know.
They
don't know what they're doing with him.
They do not know what they're doing with Travis. He doesn't know what he's doing. He got flagged for a deep pass interference today because he's barely playing defense. And when he is playing defense, what am I doing out there?
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Well, that happens, man. And there's other good cornerbacks out there. There's a lot of great receivers in the NFL, right? And it's not like at CU where you're it. He wasn't it. You had other great guys out there too. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're confused right now. Yeah, I think the Colts.
DMac, let me ask you this right here.
Colts do all right. Colts do all right this year.
From 7-7, man, do you agree with this statement that Denver's defense was way overhyped?
Well, everything with Denver was overhyped, bro. We talked about
that.
Well, who do you think?
Sean.
Kay Adams comes and bats her eyes, and here we go. And then we're saying late night phone calls to what's her face there.
Diana Rossini.
Diana Rossini's getting late night.
I love my
calls.
cue. I love my cue.
I love my cue.
I love my cue.
And I mean, it's not just the ladies. He was, flirting about the Broncos to anybody nationally. God forbid he walk over to the tents that's like 10 feet away from where, you guys see him every day.
Yeah, we're not sexy enough for Sean.
No, that's for
sense,
sure.
Man. No way.
You got Jay Glazer in his super tight, bedazzled jeans walking out there.
All 5 of them. Yeah, no doubt, man. Let's go.
Like get a good pump in and then go talk to coach. And what we hear, it was ridiculous actually. And we all were like, hey, I think the Broncos are a good team. I think they're an 11-win team. I still do. I think they've got that potential, but the bar has to be raised on these guys. But I think Bo put it the best. Good teams bounce back. Great teams, this doesn't happen to.
Right.
And, actually, Bo barely says anything interesting. That one was pretty good. Kind of nailed that one, Bo. Nailed that one.
This is something I felt for the last 2 years. And, this is coming from somebody who might be construed as having bitter, it's kind of some sour grapes, if you will. But as I've watched just the overall, the highs and the lows of the CU Buff program and, the Denver Broncos, do you feel like there's some similarities with you don't think that Sean Payton and Dion any similarities whatsoever?
I think Sean Payton is a good coach who knows what he's doing. And I think he's got a big mouth and got himself probably in a pinch of trouble. But like when he skillfully and smartly used those timeouts, that would never occur to Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders right now is a really good motivational speaker and a clueless coach. Clueless.
Do you think that you have two coaches that are more obsessed with the narrative externally than what is going on internally?
I don't think Deion knows how to coach. So it's a little bit different. Like Sean definitely knows how to coach. Like Sean's won a Super Bowl. I just think Sean wants it to happen quickly. I think Sean's losing patience with it. I'm not convinced Deion knows how to coach at all, frankly. I mean, if we want to slide into that conversation, oh my God.
If you were to tell me your panic level for the seasons of the CU program versus your panic level right now of the Denver Broncos in this season, what would you give? Like 10 being like pack it in, don't show up to another game because this thing's over, and 1 being this team's going right where it needs to go. Where would you put CU and where would you put the Denver Broncos?
In all honesty, I'd put the Broncos at like a 3.5. I swear to God.
I think it's fair.
Okay. On Friday night, we did a live show at the Old Town Tavern in Arvada. My son is a student at CU. For a workout, I rode my bike up to the remote in Arvada, about 26 miles. My wife, we had a little staycation. We stayed at a hotel near the bar so I could ride again. I rode up to Boulder the next day on my bike, but we stayed because I wanted to go see Spinal Tap. The End Continues. When you ask me my concern in honor of Spinal Tap with CU, this one goes to 11. That was a long way to say this one goes to 11, but that's where my concern level is with CU. Hopeless and hapless, unmotivated, unorganized.
Yeah,
Pat Shermer rearing his ugly head. And when I see the guys are friends from DNVR, and I was very curious what they have to say, who are the apologists of all apologists. Come on, guys, just be real, okay? When I see them piling on CU after the game,
it's panic. It's time to panic.
Like, what is going on? I mean, they have had every special privilege you could imagine, and they're saying what they're saying. When I'm seeing Prime in the locker room and they release their own video, just being like, I don't even know. We still love you guys, but I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say.
I mean, I'll throw the question back to you, but that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Broncos are there's some concerning signs early. I think Bo Nix in the offense was highly concerning against the Tennessee Titans. I hated that game from an offensive standpoint. I hated Sean Payton in that game, but I also knew that Sean Payton's been doing this way longer at a higher level than really probably any coordinator offensively right now in the game. Like, I can't name another guy that's been doing this with the relevance that he's had for 20 plus years.
He's a really good coach.
He's a good coach. He's going to make the adjustments, and he did. He made the adjustments. Did they look overly complicated? They look like a team where Bo Nix couldn't get out of the huddle and operate the offense in the first half. No, because you know what? Sean Payton's good. Okay, he's good. The defense, the wake up call for the defense is probably one that I kind of felt coming. I did. I thought Daniel Jones is way better than everybody nationally was saying, and I thought Daniel Jones was perfect for Shane Steichen, who's fighting for his job.
Yeah.
And I thought that more importantly, Shane Steichen was the perfect coach to be able to get Daniel Jones' renaissance right back on track. And that's what it's going to happen. Is he going to be like the Super Bowl winning quarterback? And no, but can he be a very successful NFL quarterback? He already is through 2 weeks. This is fantastic. I mean, I don't know if there's a quarterback that's performed at a higher level through 2 weeks than Daniel Jones, man. I don't know.
Dude, they went 3 straight series scoring, so they jacked it up to 10 straight series before the Broncos stopped them on that 4th down. And I don't even know. Dude, did they punt today?
They didn't punt two games in a row. First
Wow.
time. It's the first time in decades that a team in the modern era has not punted in consecutive games to start a season.
Wow.
Man, I did that as a head coach in high school. We did it against Regis Jesuit at Valor, and then we did it in our JV game, and we did it in our freshman game. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I'm like, we didn't punt once against Regis Jesuit. That's not the National Football League, man. They did it against the Miami Dolphins and the Denver friggin' Broncos.
Hey, does your punter play other positions besides punting?
He's the holder. And so I told him, hey, man, when you're getting when you get 7 to 10 holds a game and 0 punts, you should be the MVP of our football team.
Oh, all right. Well, mom and dad, when my kid played hockey, I always look, because you only played one kid in goal a game.
Right.
The other parents would still be there, even though they knew their kid weren't playing. And I always looked at them like, sorry. I hope you enjoyed your drive to Fort Collins or wherever the hell we're playing. Glad you're at this tournament in Moorhead.
question.
How is Fargo treating you? Is that bench icy? Okay. You want to throw in 2 cents about CU while we're at it?
I mean, this thing feels like it's going nowhere really fast. In fact, unfortunately, I think the height of the CU season is probably game 1, week 1 loss against Georgia Tech, because I just kind of could sense the wheels and the belief we're going to be coming unraveling very quickly.
What's cool though is to know that Jordan Seaton will learn about Louisiana culture next year, probably like at LSU.
Oh yeah,
so that'll be
for Brian Kelly.
Don't you think Brian Kelly and Jordan Seaton are going to be just thick as thieves, really good friends? Something like that.
Gosh,
there's no way Jordan Seaton sticks around, right? There's no way.
No, and he's going to be going into his 3rd year. I mean, the question has to be asked. I mean, what does this look like for Coach Prime in 2026?
I think,
honestly, I
would say he first of all, I do think his health concerns are a real thing.
They're very real. Very real.
I think he
and you know what else is real is that he loves coaching his sons, and there's nothing wrong with that. Especially when you're really talented as a motivator of people and a galvanizer of recruits. There's nothing wrong with it.
Can I throw something really weird at you?
Yeah,
really weird.
Yeah.
Could you see Prime going to the UFL and bringing Shiloh with him a little bit and trying to coach on that level?
0 chance. 0% chance.
Well, he ain't going to be a head coach in the NFL.
That football's so bad, man, and it's so meaningless, and nobody gives a crap about it. It might not even make it to next year.
Yeah, well, Shiloh, I don't know. Shiloh's probably done with football, anyways.
Does this year also show?
This might be it. I think this might be it, and here's why. I think Jordan Seaton and other talented guys will leave. Juju Lewis, Jordan Seaton.
Is this team, but outside of Jordan Seaton, who can you point to right now and say that guy's a dog? Like that's an NFL superstar. I don't see it.
NFL superstar?
Well, that's what we were promised. That's what Louis Vuitton would be, right? Jordan Seaton's Louis Vuitton.
Right.
It's also this year showing you just how good the combination of Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter was because they covered a multitude.
You think Sincere's any good?
He's fine, man. He's a good player. Like he's a good player. I would love to have a couple of those guys when I was coaching at CU, but does that make him superstar NFL players? I don't think so.
I mean, Seaton's a top 10 pick, though.
He's legit. He's legit.
Yep.
Yep.
I think Prime probably for health reasons will tap out after this year. He'll probably chill and then be back on TV in 2 years. I mean, what else is there for him?
That's what I felt even going into this year. Like, know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
What does this year look like if it gets worse?
Oh, well, how do you think? Well, hey, are we going to snooze on Wyoming on Saturday night?
Yeah, I mean, they gave Utah a little bit of a contest through about 2.5 quarters. It's close.
Dude,
they have zero offense, but they can play some defense.
Okay, the BYU.
Who's a quarterback at CU now?
Well, it probably will be Juju Lewis.
How does that go when he sucks?
Yeah, you don't really have a choice.
What happens when he sucks against Wyoming?
Yeah,
do you keep playing him through sucking?
Oh, you'd be an idiot not to start Juju Lewis and play him the rest of the year.
Okay, if he sucks, it absolutely sucks and shows some intangible deficiencies of toughness.
Yeah,
just throwing him out there and just let him get.
Listen, you already did this to yourself. You already committed whatever NIL dollars to get him. And Martin Luther, your guy. I'm sorry, because your guy's. He seems like a nice enough guy.
He was about the only thing that was decent about that game because they were terrible everywhere else.
If you want to just keep throwing him out there, you can. It's just like, where are we going? Like, what's the point? And if you want to, he probably still gives you the best chance to win, actually. So if it's about winning games this year, yeah, I mean,
it's year 3, DMac. I mean, it's year 3. This is not year 1 of Deion Sanders or year 2. It's year freaking 3.
Well, I don't know what to say. It's not that big of a surprise, and maybe the talent. I just think they're not very well organized.
I don't think they're very good. I don't think like what I see right now about the CU football team is they're not a good football team, and it's coming from somebody who coached one of the worst CU football teams in the history.
Well, you would know.
Hey, I watched the game against Houston. And I said, I know what that looks like. I recognize that.
I remember that game.
I can do that. I'm pretty good at that.
All right. In terms of the Broncos, I don't know if there's any. We got tons of comments. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Awesome participation right now.
Anything you wanna? Any other? It's clear. Sean and Bo went outside. Bo's a backup. No, Bo's a starting quarterback in the NFL. Don't worry about that.
I thought Bo was good today, man. I think if there's one thing to take away from this week is it took week 3 for Bo Nix to look like an NFL quarterback last year as a rookie. He did not look like an NFL starting quarterback in week 1 against the Titans. He was, in fact, you said it, DMac. I heard your words on the altitude promos playing that Bo Nix was the worst quarterback in the NFL in week 1, period.
He was.
He wasn't even anywhere near the worst quarterback in the NFL. In fact, he put him probably right at 12 to 16, probably through the game today. Last year it took game 3 against the Bucs for him to get on track.
Yeah.
Took this year game 2. Unfortunately,
by the way, I see these comments about like us giving. I just said, Mike said, coach just said, like out of 10 concern. I said, see you at 11. I said, Broncos at a 3.5.
Yeah.
And just like they beat Tampa Bay, nobody thought they would beat Tampa Bay last year. Nobody. No. And not a lot of people even gave them a chance against Aaron Rodgers and the Jets the next week. And they won both of those. The first 2 weeks of the season are squirrely. They clearly will win road games, a couple that we don't really see coming. I'm not feeling great about the Chargers next week, but I think Cincinnati at home on a Monday night is a good one for them. I hate the Eagles game. I like the Jets game on the road in England. They laid a huge turd today. And so they're nothing, the Jets. So I probably got them 3-3, Coacher. 3-3. And then they got the Giants at home after that. Giants, by the way, real quick. Russell Wilson, bro, was awesome today. Did you catch any of that game?
He was fantastic. It was Foch. He was slinging the football around. Once again, I hate fantasy football, and I know nobody gives two craps about my team. But Malik Neighbors right now, man, he looks pretty good. Russell Wilson, but they lost.
They did lose. You know who's fitting in nicely there too is Cam Scadaboo.
He looks good, man. He looks good, DMac. And you were jonesing for him to be a Denver Bronco. Now I can't kind of blame you. Do you have like my probably biggest complaint with J.K. Dobbins? He doesn't look good frankly, I don't know what it is, but no Denver Broncos running back looks good inside the 3-yard line. What is the deal with the Broncos not being able to hand the football off to a running back and score a touchdown inside the 3? It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I would have taken Cam Scadaboo on the 3-yard line over what we saw today.
Yeah, and where did Scadaboo go? What round did he go in?
Oh, I think it was fourth
round. That sounds good.
Yeah.
So like Savion Jones can't even get on the field for the Broncos. Can't get dressed.
I think they had a couple
Harvey was like a non-factor today. I think it's a
fourth round, 105th overall.
It's a nice pickup for the Giants, bro. Dude's going to have probably a very short but kind of fun, impactful career.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he's got a good niche to him. He's got
if he can stay healthy, he'll be there for. He's got to stay healthy though, which is going to be tough. But he's the right type of spirit. Listen, the Giants should have won that game. You know, the Cowboys are bombing 60. How about a dude? You want to talk about a stud? Let's talk about the Cowboys kicker. Holy shit. That guy is unbelievable.
He can uncork it, man.
Oh,
hey,
my God.
Darren, this is Justin Sternad. Outside of the sack was awful. A lot of conversations on the social media from Broncos country just about how terrible Alex Singleton was as well. The Broncos have really constructed this team, I'd say, really well in the areas that are highly compensated defensive players, which is edge players, Nick Benito, Jonathan Cooper, Jonah Ellis, who I thought was great today, amongst a bunch of bad on the defensive side of the ball. And then at defensive back, you've added all kinds of great, talent at the corner position, nickel position, safety position. Yeah. But man, the inside linebacker position was one during training camp that we all looked at each other and said, A, are they deep enough? Drew Sanders hurt again. Dre Greenlaw hurt again, meaning in his career. You're out there playing with Alex Singleton, who's broken 2 thumbs in 10 weeks, and Justin Sternad, who is a glorified special teamer. Did the inside linebacker position bite you in the ass in a very critical position already, just 2 weeks in?
Probably, because Tyler Warren had a great game.
Jonathan Taylor had a great game.
Taylor was great. They did whatever they wanted up the middle. Hey, let me give you another one as we walk out the door here. Do you know who led the Broncos in tackles today? This is a bad stat. A leading guy, but a bad stat. Do you know who led the team in tackles today?
Brandon Jones would be my guess.
No, that'd be fine. He's a safety. That wouldn't be a big deal. Guess again.
Corner?
Yep.
Was it Riley Moss?
Nope.
Pat Surtain?
Pat Surtain led the team in tackles. You know what that means, bro?
That means they went after his ass.
How about that? Do you think he's ever led the team? He had 11 total, 9 solo. 9 solo, bro.
Whoa.
9 solo tackles. All right, and on that note,
could have drafted Justin Fields, man. You would have avoided it today.
If you're not going to take Justin Fields there, bro, you take Micah Parsons, my friend. And I'm not down on Pat Surtain, but
yes, you are.
I'm not.
You are.
Just was what it was today.
Receipt Street's a real thing, man. DNVR loves some Receipt Street, and I think my man DMac does too.
All right, bro. I'll let it go. Good show. Fun. Lots of people watching. We appreciate it.
Mike, jump in the comments here, please. Whether you're watching on X, whether you're watching on YouTube, tell us what's it called. The show. We're going to be doing it Thursdays and Sundays.
Thursdays and Sundays.
Love to know. We've done Altitude After Dark before the season started, but now that we're
concept is Altitude After Dark is kind of like this, like all of our programming at night.
Yeah, when it gets weird. When it gets weird a little bit.
Like, Hot Mike with Lindahl and Hastings, and then you got In the Paint, and then you got Between the Pipes, and then you got maybe some other football shows we're talking about.
I think this is the name we should call it right here. I think that's a good one. Coach and Cracker. We got Altitudes. We got Sanford and Son. I like this is actually not bad. Cracker Barrel and Coacher Barrel. Overtime. Okay. All right, Dominic. All right. That's a good one. Coacher Barrel. People want something to have to do with the coacher. This is good. Mike and Mike. Oh, it's so good, Redfish. Oh, my gosh.
Mike and Mike. Oh, my God.
I like this one. Yo, Mama. That's a good name for a show. Oh, man. I think this might be the winner right there, man. Redfish takes it.
Holy cow. Mike and Mike. That's pretty good.
Oh, man.
Altitude After Dark, the Mike and Mike show.
Here it is, man. As we have
Maybe.
near just about a couple of 20, 30 short of 3,000 live viewers. So we appreciate you guys bearing with us. And
we appreciate it.
Me and DMac love doing this together with you and for you, and just get a little bit off our chest, man. I was angry today. I was really angry. I think that's a game that you should win. You deserve to win.
Losing your second game in 2 years because of special teams sucks. I mean, it's like, as tough as that one was to accept last year because of Forsythe not being able to block, this one is right up there, bro. It's right there. You actually had more pain here because you thought you'd won the game. It was over. I mean, you and then a fucking leverage on the guard. It was not even on the center, everybody. It was DeAndre Tillman on the guard is what was called.
Can't prop yourself. You can't prop yourself up, DMac, or you turn yourself into dirty DeAndre Tillman or dirty Mike and the boys. T-Bone right there said. So,
all right, we'll get out of here. All right, brother. I'll talk to you. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Okay. Will I see you tomorrow morning? Or are you gonna? What do you got? Oh, how'd Friday night go? Real quick. How'd the high school game go? How'd Legend do?
Great. Legend lost. Jake Heaps lost.
What?
Yeah, first loss for the Legend Boys of the Year. Arvada West.
Yeah.
I was on the broadcast, and I think it was the most significant victory for Arvada West since Dave Logan was the head coach there, winning national or state championships.
There was a time.
And they were great, man. A West, I think they go to 3-0 or 4-0.
Holy cow!
And we, it was a lot of fun. It was great to be there. The NAC is one of those venues, DMac. I don't know if you've been to any games there, but it just feels like it's in Arvada. It's called the North Area Athletics Complex, and it feels like it's got grass field. It's it's kind of within. It's not quite within stone's throw, but it feels like it is from Red Rocks. It feels like there's always some extreme weather that's always going to be knocking on the door, and it does. I've called 3 games there. I'm going to play Ralston Valley there in about 2 weeks, and it feels like one of those venues that is a bit of a house of horrors for teams that go there thinking they're going to win games. So, Arvada West was fantastic. They won 35-34 in overtime. It was a missed extra point for Legend, and then subsequently Arvada West scored a touchdown in overtime from the 10-yard line and then made the extra point and won 35-34.
Notre Dame feels your pain. All right.
How about the weekend for Vic Lombardi?
How about that? Oh gosh.
Dude, I was thinking about that, man. That's just, Notre Dame is 0-2. Notre Dame doesn't go 0-2. That's insane in college football. Like you got to rattle off 10 straight wins to go 10-2, which frankly at Notre Dame's like a failed season. And you have to win every game from here on out. Wild.
Yeah. By the way, my Orange took care of Colgate.
I think Syracuse is absolute cheeks this year. By the way, they're buns.
I'll give you a team. You know what? the best game of the weekend, in my opinion, was Tennessee, Georgia. And the fact that Georgia came back and, man, oh, man, did Tennessee have that game. And Georgia just would not quit.
Give me all the Gunner Stockton and just inject it into my veins. I love that back for the Georgia Bulldogs. So good.
Yeah. All right. We got to run. We'll talk to you tomorrow on the radio.
Real quick, DMac, before we leave. Yeah. Anybody good in college football in the state of Colorado?
What does that mean?
Is there any good football team in the state of Colorado
Well, Mines is probably going to go at least to the national semifinal.
Bob Stitz got him dialed up.
They seem to do it every year.
What about FCS and above? I don't know about
UNC lost to South Dakota State.
It was a good game. They look better.
Rams are lucky to Norvell's lucky to have a job right now. So I guess the answer is no. The answer is no.
So does that give us the full autonomy to talk solely Denver Broncos for the next 5 months?
We're ramping right up to it, brother. hey, and let me tell you, it's not like that's something I haven't done before. Okay. All right.
I'm like, is there anything worthy of talking about within 150 miles of
when you were coaching CU? Do you remember hearing about DMac giving you a hard time?
No, because you loved me. You're like, this Sanford guy's got a great beard. He's fun. He beat Cal. It was awesome.
You didn't hear me talking about you because I wasn't talking about you.
No, the reason I didn't know about you because you were on a radio station that, frankly, I didn't know about. So that's the bottom line. I didn't know what.
Well, guess
in 2022, I didn't know anything about that station. I've never heard of it.
Good enough. All right, we're going down some weird. What's left in our drinks? All right, see you tomorrow. It'll be better tomorrow, not for CU, but for the Broncos. They'll figure it out. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Beat the Chargers.